The parasha of this Shabbat is Parashat Mishpatim. It is a very rich parasha because it has 23 mitzvot aseh, positive commandment, and 30 mitzvot lo taseh, negative commandment that you can do. So it has 53 mitzvot, and which is substantial amount for the 613 mitzvot of the Torah. That's why in the Syrian community, the makam, the musical scale of the week is Saba. Saba is the scale that we use during the brace, because it signifies Brit, covenant between Hashem and the Jewish people, and so whenever we have a lot of mitzvot like Parashat Kitese in Devarim, with the Ma'am would be Saba. In any event, among those mitzvot, there is a statement. It says, "Middevar sheker terhak," meaning that from any falsehood, you should distance yourself. So here we find something a bit unusual, because there is no other mitzvah that Torah describes it as that you have to distance, terhak, that not only not doing it, but you have to distance yourself as much as possible from it. The other thing is the way it is phrased is also peculiar, because in this parasha we have many statements like "V'shohat lo tikach," "V'nakivet tzaddik al taharog," don't take bribe, don't kill innocent person, and Elohim lo tekallel, don't curse judge, v'nasi b'amicha lo ta'or. It says the statement, and they said that you can't do that. Here it could have been easier for the Torah to say v'sheker lo tedaber, just like the style that it used in others. How come that it used this style? I believe that the Torah is telling us that dabar in Hebrew means three things. It means speech, the talk. It also means subject, and it means that this is dabar hashuv, or yani it means anyan hashuv, or it means also object. Tikah dabar, take this one from me. So here the Torah is telling me that not only you cannot talk falsehood, sheker, you have not to act in a way that will be construed as lying. And how true it is, because we do know that verbal communication is really only a very small part of communication in general. Like, for example, if it says v'sheker lo tedaber, maybe that can exclude that you can't write something false. Writing is extremely important element of communicating. The other thing is the face expression. It can tell books about the feeling of the person. We do know that there is a joke, ki be'apam hargu ish. It is pasuk from the Torah, but if you ask somebody about somebody that he doesn't like, he look at it strange, that it can really kill a person. You can tell from the body language if somebody is interested in listening to what you have to say, or being with you, or if he is nervous, or if he is comfortable. So all these body language will emit significant amount of truth and communication. So the Torah is telling me that you cannot, not only don't talk sheker, even though don't act in a way that will project falsehood. So now the question is that this is one of the mitzvot in the Torah? Is it one of the commandments? according to, although there are those who count mitzvot, they consider it as a mitzvah. The major poskim, like including Harambam and Haramban and Sefer HaHanuch, they don't consider it as a mitzvah. However, Harambam, Maimonides, feels that when it is, it can lead to falsifying judgment, it is then a mitzvah. So it is really bad. It will make al-garim kol alav, which means that he converted the judgment and he convoluted the judgment plus he lied. Then it will be a mitzvah, because from the Parashat Mishpatim, that statement, and I keep on repeating statement, not a mitzvah, because it is not a mitzvah according to the major ones. It is sandwiched between lo totem mishpat b'yonecha beribo and then devar sheker terhak v'nakeh v'sadik al ta'arog ki lo atzadik rasha. So it is sandwiched between issues that they are related to anyane dinim, to tribunals. So now the question now is, there is any time that we can lie, or sometimes even we should lie? Of course there are. And like for example, in pikuach nefesh, when there is a question of saving life, we have to lie. I mean, not only when we are under terrorist regime like the Nazis or the Arabs in Syria. I think it can happen with every person. Like for example, if my wife bought a dress and she asked me, "What do you think about it?" No matter what do I think about it, I have to say that it is beautiful. Otherwise, if I am in the kitchen, I might have sharp object thrown at me. So it is anyam pikuach nefesh. There is also issue of shalom bayit, that like for example, if a kid did something bad, and his father asked him, "Why did you do that?" Or his mom asked him, "Why did you do that?" He said the other parent told him to do that. There can be arguments, so it is better not to say the truth. They say that it is from me. It just I wanted to do that because there is shalom bayit. There is also many times issue of personal growth, that if you want to encourage a child or grown up, each one of us will need those enhancement. What do you think about this job? Even though it is not optimal, we have to say that it is a very good job for the person to feel good about himself and then continue to develop and grow. For the shalom in general, it is, of course, it is allowed. Like for example, we do know the midrash about Aharon HaKohen, that he ohev shalom u'dev shalom umkareh b'briot laTorah. So we do know that if he used to go to two people who were fighting with each other, even though they hate each other, he goes to one person, tell him he's really regretting what he's told you, and he wants to remand the relationship with you. And he goes to the other one, tell him the same thing. So he's really not telling the truth. But because of the shalom, he did that. And as a reward for that, when he passed away, Kol Beit Israel, everyone cried for Aharon when he passed away, because they realized what value he had in maintaining and bringing shalom with each other. And in my business in medicine, we face that unfortunately many times. Like you see somebody who is in really bad shape, he asks you, what do you think, doctor? I'm going to make it. You will say that, yeah, you're gonna make it. You're gonna be wealthy. You're gonna healthy again, because otherwise he will succumb. He will give up, and maybe he can continue for a while. Life is very precious. So we have to change the reality. In my business, I do pain management. I do injections to people, and invariably it's going to hurt. Doctor, I'll tell him a little bit, knowing fully that it's not going to be hurt only a little bit, it's going to hurt a lot. But one quick second, otherwise to circumvent that, they won't get the treatment, which will be detrimental. So this is what we consider a benign lie. So here we can say that there are many instances in life that will require us to change the reality. And in fact, Kabiachol Hashem changed that for the Shalom when Anyan Sarah, he said that she left, and she said that Badoni Zaken, when Hashem was telling Abraham what Sarah said, she said Va'ani Zakanti. So he changed that, not my husband. So even Hashem Kabiachol can change because of the Shalom. There is nothing more important than Shalom. So here we can see in many instances that we can change, and we should change the reality. And I do believe that this is exactly why that the Torah used this language, that Devar Sheker Terhak. It didn't say Lo Tedaber Sheker, because that is extremely restrictive, and it won't leave any leeway for normal conduct of life to go on. So terhak, you have to distance yourself, but sometimes you have to do it. If she says sheker lo daber, it's definitive. You can't do it under any circumstance, and this is sometimes can be detrimental. So now, however, all the authority, we agree that even though we have to, if we have to lie, it has to be maintained to minimum. It has to be in check, in relationship with reality as much as possible. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chotamu Emet, and this is what Judaism and Hashem is all about. And many authorities say that we should cling to the ways of Hashem. One of them is adhering to saying the truth. That Hashem hu emet. So we have to do that. And we can't be careful enough in doing that. And we spoke about when can we tell lie, but many behaviors can project something that is not true. I remember I read one time a story about, I believe Hafez Haim, I'm not sure, that one time he went to shul late, and he usually gives a shi'ur class before the services. At that, so because he was late, somebody else took over, and when he got there, they asked him to continue the shi'ur. He told them, no, let him finish that. And then one of his associates asked him why you didn't want to take over. He told him, because people who come after I started, they will have the impression that it is me that I gave the entire shi'ur, and this is really not correct. That is like, he told him, Devar Sheker Terhak. I believe it is Hafez Haim. For those who do give speeches and quote people, when we don't give the source of the person who said that first, it is, I think, Obrim on the statement of Devar Sheker Terhak. So we can't, we have to be very careful as much as possible in life. We have to adhere to sheker. It is if somebody does not, the one who tells lies, he can't be in close proximity to Hashem. However, as we mentioned before, Hashem hu emet, if we adhere to that, we will be happy, the society will be happy, and Hashem will be happy with us. Shabbat Shalom.